What's up, guys? It's Zero here. The Witcher 4 and everything we know. Let's talk about it. So The Witcher 4, or The Witcher 4 Polaris, is the highly anticipated continuation of the beloved Witcher franchise. Following the conclusion of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, there's been a lot of talk and speculation as to where cdprojektred is deciding to go next with the Witcher franchise. And so what I got for you today is everything that we know so far about The Witcher 4, and I would love to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. In an article coming to us from Sam Loveridge of Games Radar, cdprojektred has confirmed that The Witcher Polaris will kickstart an all-new AAA RPG trilogy of games. The Witcher 4 is in the works at cdprojektred under the codename The Witcher Polaris. According to the company's latest financial report, The Witcher 4 development is now expanding as Cyberpunk 2077 finally winds down now that Update 2.0 and the Phantom Liberty DLC have now been released. Regardless of what it is ultimately called, The Witcher 4 will be the first game of a multi-game saga that will be part of a new AAA RPG trilogy. So technically, you have confirmation of The Witcher 4, 5, and 6 there. The developer dropped news of a whole load of upcoming cdprojektred games that are in the works, plans last year, so it's been quite the season of discovery. It has somehow already been almost 8 years since the release of one of the best RPGs of all time, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, so news of a new trilogy is welcome news around these parts. It's absolutely crazy to think that it's been 8 years, guys, since The Witcher 3 came out, and I can tell you I am so excited for the continuation of this beloved franchise. So cdprojektred released an update on The Witcher 4 on October 4, 2022. As part of the news, it was revealed that the internal codename for the game is The Witcher Polaris. cdprojektred has confirmed that the next installment in the series is in pre-production and that it will be the beginning of a new saga. Additionally, the studio said, "We aim to release 2 more Witcher games after Polaris, creating a new AAA RPG trilogy." I believe now, guys, they are in full-blown production at this point in time on The Witcher 4, and that gives me a lot of excitement, especially because of the conclusion of Cyberpunk 2077 and that of Ultimate Edition. Now they have their full team, really all hands on deck on the next Witcher. Now, there are the core people from Cyberpunk 2077 that were flown to Boston to start working on Cyberpunk Orion, but outside of those core people, I believe that they've got a lot of the team working on The Witcher 4. We also know that The Witcher Polaris will be released on Unreal Engine 5 rather than cdprojektred's proprietary Red Engine, which was used for The Witcher 2, The Witcher 3, and Cyberpunk 2077. Additionally, back in May, cdprojektred confirmed that the research phase on The Witcher 4 had concluded, with the studio splitting its time between pre-production on this new RPG series and on the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion. As reported by IGN, Adam Kaczynski noted on an investor call that The Witcher 4 Polaris release date is at least 3 years away, with the cdprojektred joint CEO explaining that for this project, for sure, we need some extra effort to deliver because of the shift to Unreal Engine 5 and development of new technology. And I'm totally fine with this, guys. I really want cdprojektred to take their time when it comes to bringing out the next Witcher title, because we saw what happened when they released Cyberpunk 2077. It was released early to please investors, and there were a lot of bugs, a lot of glitches. It was almost unplayable at launch, so we definitely do not want that to happen here with The Witcher 4. So take your time, make sure that it's well refined, that it's fully functional and things of that nature. Even if it takes a number of years for The Witcher 4 to come out, guys, I think it's definitely going to be worth the wait. So for now, it's a lot easier to call the next Witcher game The Witcher 4 because until it has an official name, that's basically what it is. cdprojektred global PR director Radek Grabowski has even clarified that the developer hasn't announced a game called The Witcher 4. What we have not announced today is a game called The Witcher 4, a game exclusive to one storefront. It was our initial confirmation of a new saga in the Witcher franchise. Right now, we are not discussing any specifics in terms of story, characters, mechanics, or plot details. What is funny, though, is that it looks like cdprojektred isn't adverse to calling it The Witcher 4. During a recent earnings call, cdprojektred CEO Adam Kaczynski actually called Polaris The Witcher 4 while discussing the implications of the studio's shift to Unreal Engine 5 in partnership with Epic Games. He said, "We are preparing things on the pipeline side and toolset sides," he begins. "Some developers are still learning the technology, and at the same time, there are teams working together with Epic on those aspects that are needed for our open world RPGs. For the first project, Polaris, it will maybe not slow down, but it won't accelerate the process. But for the next projects, we assume that it should smoothen the production, he continues. That was one of the reasons behind saying the strategy that we want to release 3 big Witcher games within 6 years, starting from the release of Polaris, which is Witcher 4. However, CD Projekt Red was quick to correct its own CEO, providing us with the following statement. This was actually a slip of the tongue. Polaris will be the first game in the new Witcher saga. The saga will consist of 3 games. And what I think about that, guys, is I do think that the next Witcher title is going to be called The Witcher 4, but I think it could be something like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It could very well be called The Witcher 4 Polaris or something of that nature. In terms of The Witcher 4 release date, well, in a Q&A with investors earlier this year, developer CD Projekt Red has essentially confirmed that we shouldn't expect a Witcher 4 release date before 2025. In response to a question about the development timeline of the new trilogy, CD Projekt Red president Adam Kaczynski explained that for Polaris, we are preparing technologies. This is the first project to be released on the new engine, Unreal Engine 5. There is a need of some extra work making this technology viable for huge open world story-driven games. So for this project, for sure, we need some extra effort to deliver. The second and third installment should go smoother as technology will be better and the tools in the pipelines will be there, but this is all I can say for now. A follow-up question asked whether it would be reasonable to assume it's going to take longer than 3 years to develop The Witcher 4, and Kaczynski said yes, it is. So 2025 at least it is then. In terms of some other details, guys, about where we could be going in terms of the story, the only concrete detail we have for The Witcher 4 so far is the teaser image used to confirm its existence. In it, a cat-like medallion was featured half embedded in the snow. That's quite different from Geralt's wolf medallion, which lines up with the CD Projekt Red's affirmation that this is a new saga for the franchise. Since the image dropped, CD Projekt Red has confirmed on Twitter that the medallion belongs to the School of the Lynx. This was backed up by CD Projekt Red's global communication director, Robert Malingowski, who said that some mysteries should not be so mysterious. I can confirm that the medallion is, in fact, shaped after a lynx. What's interesting about that is that the School of the Lynx is largely rooted in footnotes and fan fiction than in official Witcher canon, so there's plenty of room for a brand new arc here. And I love this, guys. I love that they're really expanding upon the legacy, the lore, the story here of The Witcher moving forward. If indeed The Witcher 4 story is going to revolve around the School of the Lynx, it's seemingly going to connect to a piece of fanfic. While Ciri's always been associated with the School of the Cat, there's Geralt's School of the Wolf, and elsewhere in the books and games, schools of the Manticore, Bear, Griffin, Crane, and Viper, but not the Lynx. Where the Lynx does appear, though, is in fanfic posted to an unofficial Witcher wiki. What the writer posts is that sorceress Kira Metz and Witcher Lambert set up the School of the Lynx after the events of the Battle of Kaer Morhen. They turned the caravan of the Cat School into the new School of the Lynx and a new Witcher training school. So really at this point, guys, in terms of the story, it is all speculation at this point in time, and where they're going to be going, I think it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to see them kind of take a different turn and different direction here for this upcoming title, which is going to leave us with a lot of mystery and a lot of things that we can explore in this new world, and we can kind of take things probably from whether it's the Witcher show, the novels, all these different things to try to piece certain things together about the School of the Lynx. The big question is Geralt going to return in The Witcher 4 in one capacity or another? If you play The Witcher 3 through to conclusion, then you'll know that it does round off the series in quite a closed manner. The base game has over 40 different ending variations, but whatever happens, it's very much the end of Geralt's story. Whether you get one of the good endings or the bad one where Ciri snuffs it, Geralt's story sees him riding off into the sunset, either destined to roam the land as a Witcher until his last days, retiring to Kovir with Triss, or going off with Yennefer to a place away from the politics and the noise. I think good stories must have an ending, said Jacob Zasmalik, senior writer, in an interview back in 2015 with IGN. You cannot extend them indefinitely, and we felt that Geralt has had such an amazing adventure and his saga is already so long and complex that this seemed like a good point to think about an appropriate finale for the story. That's something that the developers have backed up to. Speaking to Polygon during the tech demo back in 2013, executive producer John Mamea said that The Witcher 3 was Geralt's last story, but that wouldn't stop him from a cameo or two in the future. We are not killing the world and walking away from it, but we will definitely want to make this game the finale in a big way, said Mamius. We might even include Geralt in later games potentially. We just need to talk about it and figure out what we're going to do next. Of course, the series has plenty of side characters, NPCs, and other faces that could take up the mantle of the Witcher hero, but it seems like there's no clear direction for the next game to go in from the ending of The Witcher 3 and its expansions. What I will say about that, guys, is I love that they're moving away from Geralt now, and it's not because I don't love him as a character. I think he's one of the most iconic characters in video game history, but what I love about this is he's had 3 games up to this point in time, and now it's time for him to pass the torch to another Witcher or another character, and I think that's going to be the direction they go in. Maybe it's a younger character, maybe it's, some way or another tied to Geralt in one way or another in the bloodline or something of that nature. I think of games like Gears of War, where Gears of War had the original trilogy. You play as Marcus Phoenix, and then of course when we got to Gears of War 4, we played Marcus Phoenix's son JD. So obviously you pass the torch from, Marcus Phoenix to JD Phoenix, and he starts to helm the franchise, and then he passes the torch to Kate Diaz in Gears 5. Which obviously, guys, I think that it's all really great, though, when you really think about from the overall story trajectory, it really makes a lot of sense. In Gears 5, as well as Gears of War 4, Marcus Phoenix is still a character in those. He's still a playable character in the multiplayer, but overall, he is still a character within the main story. And so here with Geralt, I believe that in The Witcher 4, we play as a new character altogether, a brand new Witcher, and obviously Geralt is somewhere within this world, just not going to be a playable character. But let me know, guys, what do you think about all the things that we know so far about The Witcher 4? Are you really excited about it? Are you skeptical about it? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys are enjoying The Witcher 4 content, you guys can check out my Witcher 4 playlist. You can also check out my most recent Witcher 4 video. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure that you leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, just keep grinding, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.